1 minute on the clock, Alana. Very best of luck to you.
Thank you.
And your time starts now. A common idiom for taking great risk is to put one's life on the what?
Line.
Correct. In what decade did Ostentatious first release the novelty single Australiana?
1980s. 80s.
20s.
80s. Which fossil fuel was responsible for J. Paul Getty's fortune?
Oil.
Oil,
Correct.
yeah.
What fashion
Standard
show
oil.
term also means a hidden narrow passageway above a stage?
Corridor.
Catwalk.
Documenting boxing's Rumble in the Jungle was the film When We Were What?
Kings.
Born.
Kings. The name of which Asian country begins with the letter Y?
Yemen.
Yosemite.
Yemen.
Yeah.
To make one's opinion known is to nail one's colours to what part of a ship?
The bow.
The mast.
Yeah.
The days of the week with 8-letter names are Saturday and which other?
Wednesday.
Thursday. A book by economist Milton Friedman is There's No Such Thing as a Free What?
Lunch.
Ride.
Lunch. In Canadian currency, a toonie coin is worth how many
$2.
dollars?
10.
2. One word meaning lacking in movement is also the name of a form of electricity.
Current.
Static. You know, I know. Look, the approach was perfect.
Thank you.
You took a stab at everything. You got unlucky on all the guesses. You deserve better.
Thank you.
But only $4,000 to you, Kaz.
Thank you, Andrew.
And your time starts now. In team sports, players who are rarely used are often said to be warming the what?
Bench.
Correct. How many years after a silver anniversary does a golden wedding anniversary occur?
25.
Yeah.
Correct. The government acronym APRA stands for Australian Prudential Regulation what?
Association.
Authority. In Disney's animated film The Little Mermaid, what type of seabird is scuttle?
Seagull.
Pass.
A seagull. Forgive us our trespasses are traditional words in the
Lord's
what?
Prayer.
Prayer.
Correct. Of the elements with a one-letter atomic symbol, which has the highest atomic mass?
Lion.
Uranium. A standard deck of 52 playing cards has how many red face cards?
26.
46. A lyric in the nursery rhyme London Bridge is falling down is My Fair what?
Lady.
Correct. In which US state a professional hockey team, the Anaheim Ducks, base?
California.
America.
California. What word meaning trivial is included in a rank of officer in the Australian Navy?
Petty officer.
Petty. What is the full first name of cartoon character Marge Simpson? That'd be Marjorie. That'd be Marjorie. Kaz, you came up with $8,000. So there you go.
You know, my twin brother lives overseas in Toronto, Canada, with his wife and beautiful twin boys himself.
Okay, great. So I want to go and visit,
I'd
basically.
like to go visit his family and spend a few, you know, as long as I can
Yes.
for a visit. Yeah,
See your nephews?
yeah, see my nephews, see my brother.
Yeah.
It's good.
Beautiful. Let's do it. Toronto. Sounds great. 1 minute on the clock, Pete. Best of luck.
Thank you.
And your time starts now. The name of which calendar month begins with the letter S?
September.
Correct. The second film in which horror franchise is subtitled Freddy's Revenge?
Nightmare on Elm Street.
Yeah.
Correct. The Guarneri family are most famous for making what stringed instruments?
Violin.
Mandolin.
Violins. A supposed point at which relationships end is commonly called the 7-year what?
Itch.
Correct. Which Bee Gees hit begins with You Can Tell by the Way I Use My Walk?
Staying alive.
Night Fever.
Staying alive. A
Uh-huh.
cube with sides of 10 metres has a volume of how many cubic metres?
3.
1,000. Colloquially, a messy situation is
10
called
by 10
what
by 10.
canine animal's breakfast?
Dog's breakfast.
Dogs.
Correct. A typical beetle has how many internal bones?
None.
0.
Correct. Lee Strasberg was a pioneer in the technique known as what acting?
Method.
Correct. What synonym for magistrates is the name of a book in the Bible?
Judge. Judges.
Paul.
Judges. How many masts does the American Cup winning yacht Australia 2 have?
1.
2.
1. The title of TV series Mission Impossible contains what punctuation mark?
Exclamation mark.
Oh, Mission Impossible. Hey, Peter,
What do we get?
$12,000. Nice job. Nice.
That sort of thing.
Let's do it. 1 minute on the clock, Phil. Anytime starts now. The Apollo lunar modules were designed to land on which celestial body?
Moon.
Correct. Baseball and Jazz, a documentary series by acclaimed filmmaker Ken who?
Burns.
Ken Burns. The Paso Doble is a dance model on which traditional Spanish spectacle?
Bullfighting.
Bullfight.
Correct. Consuming many podcast episodes in succession is often called binge what?
Viewing.
Listening. In degrees, what is the largest internal angle of a right-angled triangle?
90.
90.
Correct. Liszt originally composed the Hungarian Rhapsodies for what solo instrument?
Piano.
Violin.
The piano. In which US state was Floyd Mayweather and Conor McGregor's 2017 fight?
Nevada.
Nevada. Las Vegas.
Correct.
Nevada.
What vowel is not used to spell the word mayonnaise?
You.
Correct. The historic charge of the Light Brigade took place in what century?
19.
19.
Correct. A common phrase for assuming superiority is to take the moral high what?
Ground.
Correct. In the sitcom The Brady Bunch, who is the stepfather of Marcia, Jan and Cindy?
Mike Brady.
Right. Give you the stepbrother. Phil, you're adding 14,000 to the kitty, so we'll go home with 13 each if we can bring it back to the desk.
Oh heck, what have I done?
Best of luck, Anne. Your time starts now.
Lost.
Creature.
Some new experiences as the dinosaurs take over. Use your zoo membership to catch them before they're gone. Again.
Brisbane. Beautiful. Mythical dragon-like creature. I'd say that to the governess today. And you two are the weasels, alright? Can two weasels take down the one cockatrice? We're about to find out for 26 grand. During the break, they chose blindly between two sets of questions. Set A will be for the challengers, set B for the governesses. There are two of you in the hunt to get a two-step head start. Let's take the fire out of the governess with a nice big score. Phil, Peter, hands on buzzers. Best of luck. Your time
Can't really
starts
picture it somehow.
now. What is the name of the famous Looney Tunes skunk?
Peter.
Pepe Le Pew.
Pepe Le Pew.
Correct. What swim stroke was last to be added to Olympic competition?
Bill.
Backstroke.
Butterfly.
Correct.
Yeah.
Who did Putin succeed in his first term as Russian president?
Medvedev.
Peter.
Gorbachev.
Yeltsin.
Yeah,
The
Boris
classic book
Yeltsin, yeah.
Uncle Tom's Cabin was written by Harriet who?
Beecher Stowe.
Bill.
Pass.
Beecher Stowe. To which continent do the inner and outer Hebrides belong?
Peter.
Europe.
Antarctica.
Europe. Batteries normally supply which form of electric current?
DC. Direct current.
Static.
DC. A film directed by Ridley Scott is All the Money in the What?
World.
Peter.
World.
Correct. A city in which country gives its name to the Linzer-Torte cake?
Peter.
Germany.
Italy.
Austria.
Yeah.
Kimbrick is a breed of which domestic pet?
Dog.
Cat.
Correct. The Swiss town of Montreux sits on the banks of which lake?
Peter.
Geneva.
Geneva.
Correct. What is the common name of the poisonous plant genus Digitalis?
Oh yeah.
Peter.
Poison ivy.
Foxglove. A northerly wind blows toward which cardinal direction?
South.
Bill.
South.
Correct. What relation was late actor James Broderick to Matthew Broderick?
Bill.
Father.
Correct. New Zealand is a character from which Jim Henson franchise?
Bill.
Muppets.
Correct. Which San Francisco bridge intersects Yerba Buena?
Golden
Harbor?
Gate.
Peter.
Golden Gate.
San Francisco Oakland Bay Bridge.
Yeah.
Colloquially, to stay up late
No.
is to be up until all what?
Hours.
Hours.
Correct. In 1993, who became the US First Lady?
Peter.
Hillary Clinton.
Pass.
Hillary Clinton. Right Here Waiting was a soft rock hit for singer Richard who?
Bill.
Marx. Which ocean borders western Mexico?
Pacific.
Atlantic.
Pacific. In the nursery rhyme, a wise old owl lived in what?
Peter.
Tree.
An oak. Paris and Prince Michael are children of which late pop star?
Peter.
Michael Jackson.
Correct. The name of which meat is also slang for a complaint?
Beef.
That'd be a beef. That'd be a beef. And what are your thoughts?
They're going to need some pushbacks.
Definitely going to need some pushbacks. 12 in and of itself will not win, but I feel pretty sure that between your two brains and without that immense pressure of time, you'll do well on pushbacks. So let's hope we get the chance at them. Final chase after these news headlines.
Andrew next. Boris Rostevsky set to be free in less than 5 years.
Why the judge settled on the surprising sentence.
A little boy found after being lost overnight in the Otways. A headmaster cleared for dragging a student.
Hear what the shamed principal has to say.
A rush to prepare for the Easter break.
The last-minute frenzy ahead of the Good Friday shutdown.
How a driver survived this. Baby formula being bought by the bootload.
Final preparations in full swing for the Good Friday appeal.
And in weather, I'll have all the details for the Easter long weekend and what to expect for AMBET Day 2.
7 News is next.
This news update brought to you by Deliveroo.
Thanks to the newsroom for that. Well, it's 12 steps, which doesn't sound like a lot. With pushbacks, you can break the stride of a chaser pretty easily. And are we good to go?
Oh, yes.
It's time for the final chase. Best of luck, Phil. Peter. Best of luck, and your time starts now. To be cheerfully unconcerned is to be happy-go-what.
Lucky.
Correct. Which US sport includes the shooting guard position?
Football.
Correct.
Yeah.
What is the first novel in the Jason Bourne series?
Born Identity.
Identity.
Correct. To which Nordic country does the Svalbard archipelago belong?
Norway.
Correct. Of which class of flying animal is a hoary puffleg?
Bird.
Ooh, bat.
Stop the clock. Of which class of flying animal is a hoary puffleg?
I thought
Bird.
owl. For some reason, owl just came to my head.
And I'm not going to argue this. I reckon that's...
See, they don't need to be that
Yes,
specific.
It just flew in there. Andrew, I'm going to go with owl.
I'm looking for the class of flying animal. So it has to be bird. There we go. It's a type of hummingbird, so I can't accept owl, unfortunately. Chaser needs 1:34 on the clock. And your time restarts. Now, in which Illinois city was Hugh Hefner's first Playboy Club?
Chicago.
Chicago.
Correct. The 2017 film Geostorm stars Gerard who?
Depardieu.
Correct. What is the most widely spoken language in Mauritius?
French.
French.
Stop the clock.
Okay, well it's not French, it must be English
The
unless
most
it's
widely
Creole.
spoken language in Mauritius.
I'd say French. What she said.
He said French.
Yeah, that would be the ideal opposition. So.
Andrew, English.
Yeah.
In fact, it's
Creole.
Creole.
No.
Someone came to me. Right.
Mauritian Creole. There we go. Jason needs 1:20 on the clock. And your time restarts now. In which galaxy is the dwarf planet Pluto?
Milky Way.
The Milky Way.
Correct. Beyonce and Jay-Z's twins are named Rumi and what?
Sir.
Correct. A book of nonsense is a collection of limericks by Edward who?
Lear.
Correct. Which continent is due south of South America?
Antarctica.
Antarctica.
Correct. In which country was a coup attempt called the Beer Hall Putsch?
Germany.
In Germany.
Correct. Andy Warhol famously depicted cans of which brand of soup?
Campbell's.
Campbell's.
Oh, so you got it. Got it.
And that's all there is.
Unfortunately, Phil Peter, we're going to say goodbye to that $26,000. But the two of you did an outstanding job. And
And I'm delighted to learn there's a hummingbird called the hoary puffleg.
yeah, absolutely right. Thanks for your company as always. Great to see you. Look forward to seeing you next time on the Chase Australia.
Tonight, he killed his wife, but he could be free in less than 5 years. Karen Rostevsky's family is asking, where's the justice? Also, an 11-year-old boy's bush ordeal lost in the Otway Ranges for 8 hours before help came. A mum fighting for life after the deer attack that devastated her family. Melbourne warned to brace for a smoky Easter long weekend. The principal at the centre of a storm opens up on his schoolyard shame. A Star Pies shock admission as Collingwood prepare for a showdown with the Lions. We're live to the Gabba. And Victoria said to dig deep for the children. What you need to know. Live.